What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video I'm going to be talking about 10 of the best NBA contracts for the 2016-2017 season. With this year's offseason, so many people have been overpaid, and these are some contracts that are absolutely incredible. I'm not going to be putting any players that have contracts of over 20 million like Anthony Davis, even though it has looked like it's a bargain. It's still a lot of money. First, we've got Withey, who, while he's not a star, he's not even a very good NBA player, but he is a solid player. And when Derrick, Favours and Rudy Gobert went down injured, he did extremely well for the Utah Jazz. He's only getting paid $1 million this season. Yep, $1 million. He's getting paid the minimum, and he is a very solid backup center. And I'd say for $1 million, any team would take him. Next, we have got Dion Waiters, who I know a lot of people don't like him, but I still think he's a decent player. He's going to be earning less than $3 million with the Miami Heat next year. Dion Waiters is a decent player. He's a decent shooter, he's a decent scorer. And the fact that he's getting paid so little, and he's a decent player, considering players worse than we're getting $10 million plus a year, I think this is one of the best value signings in free agency. Next up, we have got Derrick Favours, who's under contract with the Utah Jazz until 2017-2018. This year he's only earning $10.8 million. Next year he's earning $11.75 million. And to be honest, he is a very good player. He's getting better year after year, and is starting to look worth that number 3 overall draft pick by, I think it was the Nets that got it and gave him to the Jazz. But anyway, Derrick Favours is an extremely good player. He can rebound, he can score, he can block shots, and at $10 million a year, $6 million less than Timofey Mozgov cost the Lakers, he is a bargain. Next, we have got Kyrie Irving, who, while his salary still is a little bit high, he still is earning just over half of what Mike Conley is earning. And Kyrie is a better player than Mike Conley. Kyrie's salary in 2019-2020 is $21 million, when the salary cap will be so high that I would not be surprised if there's players earning $40 million at that stage that aren't at Kyrie's level. The Cleveland Cavaliers gave him a big contract at the time, and it's looking worth it, especially with the rise in salary cap. This is looking like one of the best value signings of the last few years. Next, we've got Lowry, who was the starting point guard for the Eastern All-Stars team last year. He's only earning $12 million a year, and he does have a team option for next year, which I assume he's going to decline. So a player option for next year, which I assume he's going to decline. At $12 million a year for starting point guard, a starting all-star point guard is incredible. Lowry is an unbelievable player, and at $12 million a year is an absolute bargain. Signing into a 4-year, $48 million deal looks like one of the smartest things Toronto Raptors have done in years, but he probably will be up in a DeMar DeRozan range salary-wise next year. Next, we have got Russell Westbrook, who would probably be number 2 if he wasn't an unrestricted free agent after next year, and there's a guarantee that he's not going to sign an extension this year. That's the only reason he's this far down. But anyway, he's only earning $17 million next year, which again is just over half of what Mike Conley is earning. And Russell Westbrook is arguably a top 3 point guard in the NBA. Russell Westbrook could possibly lead the Thunder to 50 wins by himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade him, but if they keep him, there's a good chance by himself he'll be able to lead the Thunder to 50 wins. Next, we've got a player the Warriors have tied down until 2019. It's Klay Thompson. He's only earning $16 million next year, whereas if he had signed his extension a couple of years later, he'd be earning $25 million a year. But he doesn't seem like a person who cares that much as long as his team keeps winning. In 2018-2019, last year in his contract, he's only earning $19 million, and that's insane for a guy who I personally think is a top 3 shooting guard in the league, if not the best. And anyway, he is an extremely good player at a relatively low price. Now we have got his Warriors teammate, Draymond Green, who the Warriors signed to a 5-year $82 million deal, which at the time looked okay. It didn't look like it was going to be a spectacular deal. And then Draymond Green from last year happened. Draymond Green became one of the best players in the NBA, and even in the last year of his contract, at only 29 years old, he's only going to be earning $18 million, and that's in 2020. The Warriors locking up players like Klay Thompson and Draymond Green before the salary cap increase has meant that they can sign Kevin Durant without having to let any of them go. And when it's all said and done, Klay and Draymond Green could be 2 of the best value extensions ever. If the Warriors win multiple championships, It's pretty much because they've had cap room, flexible enough cap room because of these two guys. And number 2, we have got Isaiah Thomas from the Boston Celtics. Isaiah Thomas was an all-star, but the thing is, he's only earning $6.5 million next year. And next year is not the last year of his contract. He's still got another year of earning $6.2 million. He signed a 4-year, $27 million deal when he was with Sacramento Kings, but no one expected him to become this good. Isaiah Thomas is an all-star and he's earning half the money that Austin Rivers is earning. He's earning so little money, and for an all-star, it's absolutely incredible that you can get an all-star for less than a lot of rookies are being paid. So you can make an argument for, to be honest, any of the last 4 to be the best contract in the NBA, especially with Isaiah Thomas being still on contract next year, and Draymond and Klay being locked down for a few years. But the number 1 is without doubt Steph Curry. Even though he does only have one last season in his contract, he is arguably the best player in basketball. Steph Curry is earning $12 million next year, which is 1/3 of what he could have gotten if he was a free agent. Steph Curry could have, just over 1/3 of what he could have gotten. Steph Curry is the best point guard in basketball in my opinion. He's the best shooter in the game, and there's a possibility that he could win 3 MVPs in a row. I don't think it will happen, but it's possible. Steph Curry is without doubt the best value player in the NBA, and his contract is probably one of the best value contracts of all time. So anyway, that's the video. I know there's a lot of really good contracts in the NBA, especially contracts that have been signed in the few years before the salary cap increase. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.